Today I'm going to show you how to use the clover pom-pom maker. I really like the clover best because it has little numbers here. So when you start to do more complicated pom-poms, you're able to use the measurements to guide you. For example, if you wanted to do a piece of fruit or make a pattern, it shows you how to do the same thing on one side and the other. So to use this pom-pom maker, it's actually really easy. This is a really big one. This is the jumbo. You take the two parts and you always want to keep the two sides together. So these two sides in the beginning are going to stay together, and this is going to be the other side of the pom-pom maker, and these are going to stay together as well. So I will show you what I mean. We're going to start by wrapping this side of the pom-pom maker first, and then we'll go ahead and wrap the other. When I'm making pom-poms, I really like to keep the yarn on the floor. It prevents it from tangling. So you're gonna start at the very edge. You don't wanna get any yarn covering these two parts. So you're gonna start right there on the end. And again, you're gonna make sure that these two pieces are together, and you're just gonna start wrapping the yarn. Once you have the first few around, it starts to get really easy. If you're not all the way at the end, you can always slide it. And then you just keep going as long as you can so that the entire thing is full. Okay, so now I have filled up this side of the pom-pom maker. You can see I did not cover the 2 feet that are over here. It's important that you don't cover those. And you can see that it's pretty thick. I want this to be a really big pom-pom, so you really want to keep wrapping it so that when it goes into here, there's not a whole lot of space. So you can see there's not a lot of space on either side. That means it was wrapped enough. So then you're just going to take the yarn and you're just going to jump it over to the other side through the middle. And you're just going to start doing the same thing again on this side. So you're just going to keep on wrapping. Okay, so I finished wrapping this side. And again, to do the test to see if it is enough yarn, you simply close it. I don't see a big gap, so I know that I am good to move on to the next step. For the next step, you're going to go ahead and just cut off the yarn. And then you're going to start between the two, what I like to call legs. So you're going to start from the bottom, and you're going to go, you can see there's a little gap in there. You're going to get the scissors right in the little gap, and you're just going to start cutting all the way around. What I like about the clover is that this white part causes the yarn to stay held together. If it wasn't there, the little pieces of yarn would all start coming loose, as you can kind of see here. And that's why it's nice to have that system in place to keep it locked. And then you're going to go over to the other side and you're going to do the exact same thing. So go ahead and just start cutting that yarn. Okay, so now you can see starting to take shape. We're gonna get one long piece of yarn and we're gonna tie it securely. I'll show you how I do it. So you're gonna take a pretty generous length of yarn and you're going to put it between the two sides. Pull it pretty tightly, but not too tightly that, you know, it starts to break. And you're going to tie a knot. Make sure when you tie the knot, you feel it kind of go all the way down to the middle. Then flip it, wind it back to this side, and do the same thing again. On this side, I'm gonna do 2 knots, just so that we're extra secure because the last thing you want is for the whole pom-pom to fall apart when we open this machine up. It's just like tying a shoe. Okay, I'm gonna do one more, just in case. And I realize I have a lot of extra yarn here, so I'm gonna snip a little bit off. And I'm gonna go back up this way, and I am going to tie another knot. Or two. Okay, so now we are ready to open up the pom-pom maker. So all you need to do is you kind of take your thumbs, pull it open, flip it over, do the same thing on the other side. And then you want to split the two white parts apart. So take them apart. And there you have a big, giant pom-pom. Now, you can either leave the extra string if you want to make a tassel or if you want to hang it from something, or you can cut it off. It's totally up to you. I also like to go ahead and give my pom-pom a trim and cut it really small. But if you like it pretty fuzzy, then you are good to go. Thank you for watching.